Doja Cat dropped her video for Vegas, her contribution to the Elvis soundtrack, the Baz Luhrmann film, which will hit theaters on June 24th. And she might be saying to the king, "You ain't the man." In the track, Doja doesn't sample Elvis's Hound Dog from 1956. Instead, she uses Big Mama Thornton's version from 1953.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
While the real Big Mama Thornton passed away in 1984, the video features Shanka Dukure, who portrays the singer in the film. I find it very interesting that a song on the Elvis soundtrack isn't using Elvis's version of a song. But a couple of weeks ago at Cannes, Baz Luhrmann hinted that the movie doesn't ignore the role that the black community played in Elvis's life.
It's an exploration of America in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the relationship between the cell and the art.
You ain't nothing but a dog player. I get it.
He went out of his way to say, I never invented rock and roll. I just put my spin on it. He went out of his way to say, don't call me the king. I'm not the king, right? He's the king.
And it seems as though in her Vegas track, Doja's saying she's the queen.
There's more sides to the story, I'ma tell everybody.
Awesome track, and yeah, very pointed decision to use Big Mama on the track instead of Elvis. And I know some people have already seen the movie, so you can tell me, but it is refreshing that Baz isn't ignoring that part of Elvis's legacy. And yeah, there's always been a debate around, what Elvis stole, what he took from the black community, what he owes to the black community, how or what degree he built himself on the backs of the black community. So yeah, I think that's an important part of Elvis's legacy. Now, when it comes to Hound Dog, Big Mama Thornton released the song in 1953. 3 years later, Elvis recorded the song, and then it became a bigger hit. That's not Elvis's fault. And Big Mama Thornton didn't write the song. Two white guys did. So yeah, with Elvis recording the song, it literally has nothing to do with Big Mama Thornton's recording. There's no element that is used in Elvis's version. So financially, she wasn't owed anything for Elvis's recording. She didn't write it. She didn't own the copyright to it. She would own the copyright to her own recording, but they didn't use any of it. They recorded their own. Elvis sang it. So yeah, I don't see how financially she's owed anything for Elvis's version. Artists cover other artists all the time. And yeah, they would pay the artist if they wrote that song or anything to do with the song. Yeah, she didn't. She just sang it. Now, it's a different case. Ironically, it's a different case because Doja Cat is using Big Mama Thornton's recording in her song Vegas. So Doja Cat and her label would have to pay the copyright owner of Big Mama Thornton's recording of Hound Dog because they're using Big Mama Thornton's recording. When it comes to Elvis recording Hound Dog, it really had nothing to do with Big Mama because she recorded it 3 years earlier. She released it. It had already gone through its whole, commercial run. She made all the money she probably would have in 3 years, and then he released the version. So, granted, it's an absolute legitimate conversation and debate to have about how much Elvis owes to the black community. In the case of Hound Dog, I don't see how he did anything wrong, and he always acknowledged, like Baz said, he always acknowledged other black artists. So in the case of Hound Dog, I don't see how Big Mama was wronged in that situation. But I do love that Doja is shining a light on Big Mama because, it's an amazing version of Hound Dog. So yeah, what do you think of Vegas and this whole debate around Hound Dog?